and I'm pressing the go live button now. Are you on the window, Herman?
We're live. Welcome.
All right, I just got it. After the commercial, we are live. What's up? What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode 41 of Sunday Nights with those guys. Right now, I have the window up and everything. On the panel, we have Paul Murray, the Ed McMahon of all YouTube, Herman, Phantom Flight 101, me, Novice Quads, and Indigo Rhino as a guest on the panel, which is, of course, the only way to get a blue wrench around here is to get on the panel. What's up, Rhino?
Living the dream, man. How about you?
I'm all right. I inspired to fly FPV like you guys one day, but that's why I'm grinding hard this winter. So next summer I can come out with a little something.
I'm doing the same thing. I got the same plan.
Oh, okay.
By spring, I'm hoping to look like maybe somebody a little bit more professional.
All right. Well, we don't have a whole lot of drone news tonight. I'm sure some FPV people will come in, and we do jump back and forth between drone news, FPV, and everything else under the sun, miscellaneous. You've been here on the live stream before.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Geeks Funner? That's it. That's why I didn't send an invite too, if he's got time to come in. Compose to Sean from the UK. So what's going on, man? What are you doing with your channel? Just putting up videos, or you have an objective? What's happening with your channel?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
With my channel, I don't know if I really have a good answer for that. When I started my channel, it was December of 2017. I got my first tiny whoop, and I was really excited about myself. I used to fly around the house using this little monitor. I didn't even have goggles yet. And I started putting my videos on YouTube to share with my mom so she could check it out. And then I started getting further into the rabbit hole with GPS stuff. I started flying a Unique Breeze. I think that lasted me probably about 2 weeks before I sold it and bought a Spark Fly More. And
okay.
Then,
you got rid of the Breeze and got a Spark.
2 weeks, man. I don't even know if it was a full 14 days. I really enjoyed it. It's funny, too, when I look back at those old videos, how excited I was to fly 200 feet off the ground and just sit there and look around. And now we're, flying fast.
Now you're doing 70 miles an hour.
Exactly, and smashing into steel poles and having small explosions at the park. And then I got a Phantom. I got a Phantom 4. Phantom 4 Advance, actually.
Okay.
And I started flying that around, and it was absolutely amazing. And then I bought my first build kit, and that was it. That's when my Phantom started getting dusty.
Then you start tumbling down the rabbit hole even faster.
So At that point, I sold the Spark and all the accessories I had for it. And I mean, man, I had everything. I had the portable battery charger with the case and the whole thing, so you could be charging your Spark batteries while not anywhere near an outlet. It's a portable charger. Yeah. I had a nice kit. I sold it all to dump it into the FPV side.
What's up, Mr. Crawley?
What's going on, gents?
Nothing, man. We're just starting up. Indigo Rhino came onto the panel to get his wrench.
Indigo. What's up?
You can jump in on the second hour, Sean. That won't be a problem. Indigo, type in the chat room so I can give you a blue wrench. And Herman, what's good on the drone news that you wanted to talk about?
I don't have anything in particular. You had the topic as far as the Evo 2 that you were looking at. So
the only info I have on it. Well, let's talk about the Evo 2, because I don't know if you guys have heard, but Ortel has an Evo 2 coming out, and it has an 8K camera on it.
8K?
Yes, 8K camera on it. And according to the spec sheet, okay, hold on. You will be able to shoot 8K and 6K. with the 1-inch sensor and optional thermal optics. I'm sure that may be an upgrade or
That would be kind of fun.
or maybe they switch out cameras. I don't know.
Okay, well they have 3 different gimbal sets for that camera, for that drone.
Oh, okay, that's what it is. So
That
that's what
drone
you're
is
saying.
actually that
They have
drone.
an 8K gimbal, a 6K, and a thermal.
Right. That drone is actually it's a dual lens.
Okay.
It's actually what we all thought that we were going to get with the Phantom 5.
Pretty much.
And the cameras are interchangeable, like on the Inspire. You just
Right.
put them up, take them down, put another one in, down, up and down.
Because you're talking about their gimbal, the 586 that shoots an 8K at 25 frames per second and 6K, that's 30 frames per second.
Mm-hmm.
And 4K at 30 and 60 frames per second. So you talk.
Well, I'd be happy with the 4K at 60, but I would like to see what a 6K and a 8K picture would look like.
Yeah, but what happens is they have the because I was checking it out a little bit. They have another sensor that is a 1-inch sensor, which is their 383 gimbal. It's an ultra high definition gimbal. It's a 6K video, but it shoots at 5.5 at 60 frames per second, 4K at
5.5K at 60. You're saying?
Yes.
So that sounds like they're getting ready to move into the 5G world, the world of 5G.
And you're talking about 4K at 120 frames per second.
Now that would be badass.
From 2.8 to a f11. So
that would get me.
You're looking
excited.
at a pretty good camera there, like I said, and that's not bad because the infrared camera actually combines its video with that 8K, the 8K to produce the image that it produces.
Yeah, and because I had the Duo, and it recorded. You had to manually switch from one to the other on your controller. This supposedly is going to have a way for you to overlap images.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
To get the thermal imaging. Well, it'll be a little interesting. I mean, I hope like hell.
They're starting to do stuff like what I saw, done on the Matrice.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know. I'm not too familiar with the Matrice. That's the Matrice 600, right? I've seen them.
No,
I've heard them fly.
200 series.
Yeah.
They sound like rolling flying lawnmowers.
No, that's a flying automobile.
Those resolutions though are just mind-numbing. 4K at 120.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. Everyone would be going goo goo gaga over, the 8K and a 6K. I would be using the 4K at 120.
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
the resolution you can get. Huh?
The super slow-mo.
Yes.
But you can only slow down. Think about this. The 4K at 60, you can slow that down. Good.
Right.
So imagine 4K at 120.
Right.
You could take water and make it motionless and bring it back. Damn near.
Well, I might be wrong, but I'm guessing, like myself, that pre-ordered the Skydio 2.
Send it back.
And I'm not an outside guy out with motorcycles and bikes and all that kinds of things, that I might just be holding off and checking out the Evo 2.
What are you saying? You're holding off with ordering one?
I already ordered the Skydio, but you put down $100 deposit, and if you decide not to take it, they send you $100 back.
Curtis, I sent the link. Well, to be honest, I would love to see what that thing can do. My only problem is I don't like the props. I'm not a professional, but the props remind me of the Karma props. They look like butter knives. You took butter knives and you put them on you put them on a spindle, and now that's what they're using to fly with. And for those of you, I have the link right here, but this is according to Drone DJ. Pretty
much
much
does that drone go for?
He's the one with all the information pertaining
no one
to.
really knows yet.
Evo 2 hasn't come up with a price.
here's here's what he hit. This is his spec sheet. Okay. 8K, 6K with the 1 inch and thermal. To be honest,
Mhm.
they got to do something with that orange, because in this picture, that orange doesn't look like the great pumpkin orange that we're used to seeing. I like that grit. That's actually Coast Guard orange that they got permission to use. It is a patented color, but that 586 camera, like you were saying, Herman, that's the 8K camera, which can take a photo in 48 megapixel.
Wow.
You
But
should be able to see
that's
the
on
pimples.
that's on the 586 gimbal.
Yeah, you should be able to see the hairs on a fly's legs with 48 megapixel if you're
Wow.
close enough while it's flying, if you have a fast enough shutter.
The 1 inch is
Now,
a 20 megapixel.
Right, you said it records at 25 frames per second, 6K at 30, 4K at 30 or 60,
Mhm.
with a bit rate of
Of
12
120.
megabits per second.
I think that's kind of disappointing. I'm surprised you can't do 4K at a higher frame per second.
The bit rate is a little low, but you got to think
Yeah.
of what they're compensating it for. They're compensating with the quality of the camera. It's like a laptop. Either you want a fast one with RAM, or you want one with a lot of memory.
Right.
You understand? So that I could see them kind of balancing it out like that. But the 386 Ultra HD camera, of course, 1 inch sensor, 6K, and still photos up to 20 megapixel. Well, I'm happier with the 586. I mean, if you're going to make the investment in this bird, but then here's the dual sensor gimbal at the bottom. So I mean, I guess it's for personal use. You might want to buy two lenses. At least I would. I would buy two lenses. Seriously, that the thermal definitely just to play with.
Well,
But
see, I
here,
don't
hey,
know.
what's
Are
up,
they coming
explicit?
separate? Are they sold separately, or are they coming with the whole?
They're coming separately,
gonna
but
be
I'm sure
different.
I'm sure they're gonna have a bundle pack where you get all three lenses.
And I'm all in. I want to check this out.
That
Yeah,
would be
because
pretty
if
cool.
if you get it, you might want to have all three gimbals, for the simple fact, thermal, if you're a 107 pilot, that enters you into the search and rescue field.
Which would be
Rescue
awesome.
or
You understand? So right, exactly, Rhino.
roofing inspections and that kind of thing.
What's up, explicit? How are you? Explicit is somebody else is supposed to come on. Yes, explicit is supposed to come on here in a week or two, but it dawned on me that Christmas is coming, so we need to reschedule some stuff. But Wednesday nights with those guys is going to be a little funny because um
Funny how.
Funny, haha.
because Herman is going to the championship. They're defending champions
Yeah.
for
Oh, nice.
high school football, so they may have a repeat. But I got tickets to go to the game. So what I'm
Nice.
thinking about is possibly or maybe going live on Wednesday nights with those guys for about an hour, because I'll be in Yankee Stadium. That's where they're playing the
Do
championship,
it from the game, huh?
and I'll do it from the game until security tackles me. He says, "Hey, no streaming," you know. So I'm gonna try. I'm not gonna go live until I'm inside the place. Once I'm inside, I mean, I'm sure they should let me bring my vlogging gimbal. They should let me get away with this, but this is just for raw footage to do a video.
They may or may not. I don't know.
But I'll be able to go live from my phone, which is the main thing. So tomorrow, if wherever you are, if you see me go live randomly, it's just a test. Let me know what the audio and stuff sounds like. Okay. It'll be random. It'll probably be tomorrow morning about 10 or 11 o'clock. It depends on what it's doing outside. And we may be live for an hour. The only thing is we won't be able to use Zoom, because through the phone, YouTube does not allow Zoom to take over like it does on the PC, which kind of sucks, which means you'd have to look at my ugly grill most of the time, or listen to me while I switch the camera around to see the game. Like I said, they might tackle me, they might not. They see me talking to myself, they might think I'm crazy and leave me alone. It is New York. But I'm going to try and go live from the championship game. Oh yeah, is that the video, Paul? With
Yep,
this?
yep.
Okay, those of you who want some real true specs and information on the Evo 2, not now, but click on the video and hit watch
Afterwards.
later. Don't watch it now. Click the like button, guys.
Yep.
But
hit the
anyway, on
like
the panel, we have Phantom Flight 101, Mr. Crawley, aka Zeus, Indigo Rhino, and Paul Murray. And
That way
of
to
course,
the
you all
beach.
know who I am. No, we are not explicit. Actually, I live 4 blocks from the ocean. One of the best parts about living in New York, when those snowstorms come across the Great Lakes, if it snows here, it has to be a big snowstorm. But we've got nothing but rain all day today. This morning, there were like little flurries for about a half hour, and then it's been raining all day. So, Paul, your storm is all washed up.
Well, we had an ice storm here all day.
But now hold on.
Yeah.
In southern New York, where we are, it's a clearing to an inch, supposedly, which has been rain. But from Syracuse, where Mike Roach is, and up, we're talking feet.
Well, isn't that
Wow.
where you're moving to, Lawrence?
Must we go there? Must we go there? Unfortunately, that might be a spot.
Remember, Lawrence.
Well, you're gonna get a new nickname in the winter. They'll call you Snowshoe.
Explicit says they're getting over 10 inches where they are. Well, we've
We're
been
gonna get
fortunate.
5 here tomorrow.
We've been
March,
fortunate, like I said,
Wait
here
till
in
you buy a
southern
deep
New York.
freezer.
We're getting 5 inches, supposedly. I don't know. Some channels say 2, some say 5.
Okay. Well,
hate
New
the
York
snow.
seems to have dodged a bullet, but it has to do with the ocean being right here.
Well,
It
see,
kind of
that's
like
the
backs
thing,
up.
Lawrence.
Huh?
If the storm moves more south towards you, the city gets hit. If it pushes north or west, we're
Yeah.
safe.
Well, it was definitely north. Okay, I just got a message. Drone effects with Claude. Let's chat and hang out. He's live. Okay. I just got it on my phone. I don't know. I click the bell on all the live streams so I can see who's going live when who's doing what. You know, it's kind of fun. You'd be sitting in a live stream, you get an alert someone else is on. Jay Santiago and EBR. What's up, guys?
Hey, Jay.
Yeah, I got to order a Christmas present.
What?
What happened?
My first GoPro.
All right.
Okay, which one?
I got a GoPro 5.
Okay.
A session 5.
The
Yeah,
session?
No,
Is-
Hero 5.
Oh, a Hero 5. Nice.
The Hero 5 Black right here.
Yeah, the black. Yeah.
Nice.
Listen,
Everybody says that's a good one.
it was the first, it was a good one because, correct me if I'm wrong, Rhino, but it was the first version to come with decent stabilization.
I think that's correct.
So as the numbers get higher, the stabilization gets better. But for FPV, the stabilization works great.
Now, what's this with the GPS on there?
The GPS is okay. You have your GPS on, and I didn't know this, but I brought a Hero Session 5, a Hero Session 5, and I said, "What is this GPS on here?" Just like you did. And I said, "I'm not turning that crap on." And I went and I took my drone to the park, and I'm flying, and I'm showing off. I'm doing line of sight. With line of sight, I'm flying like maybe 100 feet away, coming
Right, you
back.
can't see it. You
like
see a
that.
dot.
And I had it set so by the time I got to a certain point, I would turn around and do a 180-degree turn and come back. And I must have did a 360.
Oh,
And you make a long story short, I lost the drone. But someone tells me, "Oh, you had a Hero Session 5, no problem. You got your phone, it has GPS." He says, "Did you turn the GPS on?" No.
double bubble.
Yeah. So right now it's still sitting in the park, and it
How do
under
you
some
turn it on?
twigs and bushes.
How do you turn it on?
From what I understand, it has to do with going in. It basically cut the GPS on and assign it to your phone. Your phone has to be on something, if I'm correct.
It's in the setup menu, I think.
You have an idea, Rhino? Yes.
No idea. I use this one. I have the sessions.
That's the 4.
This is a session 5.
Okay. All right.
That has the
That has
GPS.
GPS too.
I had no idea.
Dude, that's the one that I lost. The session
Oh
4,
man.
the session
Okay.
4 doesn't. I have a session 4 for my birds now, but the session 5 has GP. You better go into your settings, brother.
I'm gonna have to mess with it now. Yeah, for sure.
I'm
For
sure.
sure.
But,
This is a great camera. I mean, they're absolutely amazing. There's no stability like on the bigger ones, but I think that's cheating anyways. So
yeah.
I don't care as long as it gives me better video quality.
Well,
I know, dude. I get it. I know.
Just make sure
I've
the
been dealing with using the DVD,
stabilization.
the DVD I've been using. Yeah, I
Oh,
don't care that it has stabilization. That just makes it a better video, which is fine with me.
It does. I almost popped for the Black 8. Isn't that what it is? The Hero
Yeah,
Black
the new
8.
one is
It
the
has
Black
the
8.
new stabilization and hyper smooth, and the footage is incredible, and the audio from it is actually incredible. It was the first time I heard GoPro audio, and I was like, whoa, it sounds accurate and crisp. It's really, man, it's a hell of a camera, and it was on a Black Friday sale at Best Buy for $350, and I
yeah, but
almost
you
did
gotta
it, man.
you
I
gotta think
almost did it.
you gotta think about it this way. 350 on an FPV bird, smash one time and you just cry.
Oh,
Well,
I
I
know.
mean, you do the warranty, so if you smash it, I think they charge you like $40 or something, and they just give you a new one, which
Okay.
I know that's a pretty popular option. It's definitely what I would do. I don't think
Okay.
I'm ready to put a $350 camera on a quad yet. I got this one for like $165, and it came with a 2-year warranty. So at least if I got another year and a half to smash this thing.
I have the link. I have to check to see if there are any more, but this Hero Session 5 right here, black, they had them for $100 refurbished. So I jumped on it. I couldn't, I was in the process of debating on whether to get a Hero Session 5 or to get a Hero 5 Black. And then I heard the 5 has the stabilization on it, but the Hero Session doesn't. So
Oh, no. The
Right.
Hero Session does.
what's
What?
up? What's up, Justin? What'd you say?
The Hero Session does have stabilization.
It does?
You can't put it in 4K.
Yes. You're right.
And it works phenomenal. I was driving around with it.
What?
I was going over train tracks and everything. It doesn't even look like it's moving.
So what were you on, like 2.7?
I'm on 2.7.
Yeah,
Okay.
I keep my cameras in 2.7 too, so you can have that
So do
higher
I.
frame
You
rate.
gotta go in the settings.
Right.
You gotta switch it to 2.7, then turn it on. It works good. Believe it or
All
not.
right.
Justin is right. It does not work in 4K. 2.7 and lower.
Yeah, I don't shoot in 4K with it. I stick with 2.7 for sure.
Well, go into the menu and see if you can find that that GPS option for it. But I
Yeah.
do remember the Hero Session 5 had GPS, and I was like, I don't need to put on no GPS. What do I need GPS on the camera for? Duh.
Yeah.
When you
Yeah.
lose it, hello. When
That's
your
pretty
bird goes
amusing.
down.
That's an expensive lesson.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Justin
That one stings.
Justin has offered to go back there and help search for it, but this is going on the second year. It's probably grown over.
Or somebody found it and took it home.
Yeah, or one of the landscapers had a hell of a day.
These are deep woods. Like you need machete to get through chopping to take steps. It may have never even hit the ground.
Yeah,
Right.
it's probably still there.
Right.
That was the perfect time since all the leaves are gone. So
Yeah, but did they
Good
fix
point.
the problem on the GoPro Hero 8? I didn't know that they had an issue on the GoPro. Did you, Herman?
What happened?
Did you know anything about a GoPro Hero 8 problem?
Well, no, but ever since I got the what do you call it, the Osmo, I haven't used a GoPro in a minute.
all I know is that they had a great deal on the Hero 8.
Right.
That's what Rhino was saying. Hey, what's up, Roger? You guys click that like button, please. What was the deal? Oh, he said for 350, right?
You get it's 350 for the GoPro. You got a memory card and a couple of, I think a pole, a head strap, and something else, an extra battery, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, get out of here.
Yeah.
Well, if anybody knows the deals on those things, you know it would be Justin.
That's
He's
true.
fine.
Captain Micro Center. That's true. It is, trust me, Rhino. If you want to follow something on, I don't know if that Micro Center where you're at, but Micro Center has some phenomenal deals. Go to their website and just do like Justin, stalk them.
Man, I
And-
used to be into Micro Center big time, but I kicked that habit and I've saved a lot of money.
Oh, good for you.
You
I
should
went-
kick that habit. What's
Yeah,
up,
it was
Jason?
it wasn't easy.
Well, I hate to spark your habits up, but they sell GoPro Hero 5 batteries and all the other batteries for a good price.
You know what? I actually I flipped a coin, and instead of getting that camera, I ended up ordering another 3D printer.
Dude,
Nice.
So
that seems like that's a lot of people are
Decisions.
ordering 3D printers.
You
I'll
want to
have
know?
2 of them running now. The one I ordered is a CR10 V2. If you're not familiar with it, it's got a pretty huge print bed, so I can print pretty big parts, like 12 by 12 by 15 high. Is a pretty nice size
Oh,
area to
hell, you're
print.
talking about children erector sets.
Man, I can make.
building.
Yeah, that
Dude,
was,
I started printing this PETG. Okay, it's called the material's PETG. If you're not familiar with it, it's a
Oh, yeah, I got
really man. I'll tell you what, dude. I'm gonna go get. I'm gonna build 2 Chameleon TIs out. The rest of my and another Source One, just because I like Source Ones. But the rest of my quads from here on out will most likely be designs that I've done and printed myself. I'm done.
Okay.
I couldn't pass it up. It was only $10 for the roll. So
That is the stuff, dude. That material is amazing. All that spending big money on a roll is for suckers. And I didn't believe it at first. I was
Get
like,
out.
no, man, the more you pay, the better quality. And my buddy's like, no, dude, go buy those $10 rolls. If you
This is
don't
the
like them,
Amazon
I'll
brand.
pay for it.
this is all I buy is the Amazon brand.
Dude, its stuff is amazing. It's
The
amazing.
TPU.
I've never done their TPU. I've always done Sane Smart, but from now on, I'm going to use that Overture or whatever that brand is amazing.
I'm printing now. Look.
Oh, so you're doing Cinewhoop. You're doing, is that the build for the squirt?
Yeah, I ended up printing the Roaring Ducks by mistake. So I think Jay Rivera is gonna come because I printed. This is how good this printer works. This is how many I printed so
It
far.
looks gorgeous,
Wow.
dude.
They look solid. Paul, how come you don't have a printer yet? That's one of the few things I could see you printing.
I'm not a maker or a fixer. I'm a flyer.
There you go. You got to definitely be a maker and a fixer.
So,
Those are my mounts for my Hero Session 5.
yeah.
Okay,
Beautiful.
cool.
They look
See-
beautiful.
See,
That material's
and
awesome.
I needed, what happened, Rhino, I needed generic mounts because the
Mhm.
Source One is going to be my first ever long distance bird, and people is saying build it. Well,
Nice. Drum
I'm one of
bomb.
them.
well, I'm waiting for a TS 100 to come in the mail, and I'm going to try. I'm going to.
Oh, did you order it?
Good. All right. That's
Yes.
what I like to hear.
Nice.
Yes.
I like it.
I'm going to give it an
Dude.
attempt. Also, my issue were screws.
Corey,
Because
man.
it's a Source One frame,
Well,
the
the
frame
dude-
is 6
Yo,
mil, I think.
Get that set that I sent you.
Thick. So the screws that come with the motor mounts are too short. So I have to get 9mm or 10mm
Yep.
screws.
That's typical. Get a screw kit, like you was saying.
That's what
I
I
got
did. I have a box
I got like
coming.
3 of them.
I have a
bought like
box
3 of
coming in
them,
the
man.
mail. What's
Yep.
up, Centroid?
Get this
Wait.
one. This one is over Amazon. It's $10. It has everything from M5 to M2.
I got that one.
It works.
Yep.
I need to see if that's the one I ordered.
I have one of those.
I got mine off of Amazon for I think about $10 or $11. too.
Dude, once you figure out, like, once you get past the soldering and you can build something that flies and you get that whole thing under your belt, if you get into 3D printing, I'm telling you, dude, there's nothing like building your own quad. But I'm going to design and print my own frames and fly my own quads. No one on the planet will have my quads.
We'll have
And
your
guess
stuff.
what?
And
If I
what's up,
break
Drone
it,
Bum?
I go
Unless-
home and print a new part. I'm not ordering parts, like frame parts anymore. I'm just printing my own. Dude, that is an incredible feeling.
Like
It
this
is.
one, this is all 3D printed.
The entire
Nice.
frame.
Yeah,
Yup.
the entire frame.
Nice.
Even the ducks and everything is 3D printed.
Nice. What did you print the bottom part in? The bottom plate.
PLA.
Okay, dude, you gotta try PETG. It makes PLA feel like eggshells.
Yeah, I gotta try that next.
I'm not kidding. It's hard. It's very dense material. And I'll show you guys something cool I've been working on. This is just
Hey, what's
between
up, Corey Mono? How are you,
us
dude?
and the rest of the world. I'm pretty sure there's some gray area with the legality here. But I started printing these. I don't know if you could see them. They're little everyday carries you put in your pocket.
Yeah.
And I mean, dude, I took them outside and I was punching brick walls with nothing, like nothing. They did not only did this not break, sure as hell didn't hurt my hand either. So I'm gonna print a whole bunch of these things. They're awesome.
Okay. So, Paul, is anyone coming
I'll
on
take one if
tonight?
you want to send it.
Is anyone else coming on tonight?
For
Oh,
on the show.
after?
Oh, I think, yeah, Val's doing an interview at 7.
Okay. All right. I haven't seen-
Roger, I don't know if he's going on. Sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't. But the last time I heard he wasn't, because I think somebody comes on at 8 or 8:30. I don't know.
Okay. All right. Drone Bum. Quick question. When does Philly Drone Life get back from Disney? I see you guys filling in for him
Sunday.
in the morning.
Sunday.
Oh, he comes back in Sunday. Okay.
Yeah, I talked to him the other day. He's having fun. He says hi, everybody.
That's today he comes back then, or next
Yeah,
Sunday.
today.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Great. Great. That's good to know. There's Drone Bum and who else? Oh, Rodney Bell. We're filling in for Philly Drone Life. I think Rodney Bell was doing the sunrises in the morning, and I think Drone Bum was coming on after him or something to that effect.
Well, those guys usually do it anyway. But yeah, Philly was in line with those guys, but he was just gone.
I mean, I've been told I wake up the rooster, but these guys be out already on the street catching. Hey, what's up, Billy Kyle?
Like you
What's
don't.
going on? Heard Philly Drone Life isn't even in Philly? No, he got back today from Disney, bro.
Well, he said he heard Philly Drone Life isn't even from Philly.
Oh, they starting some junk.
There you go.
Hey, wait a minute. Didn't Philly Drone Life say that about Billy Kyle?
Yes, he's
He's saying, yeah, the hell with Billy Kyle, man. He's
Yeah,
not
it was
even from
Billy
Philly.
Cowell. It's not from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
That's
said
funny.
he said
That's
he
what
was
I heard.
he was from the burbs, suburbs.
That's all right.
He's from another country.
Yeah, he says Billy Kyle's from another country. That's true.
That's what he told me.
Hey, but thanks for coming in, Billy. Listen, on the first real snowstorm, we need to catch some snow footage. Those guys need to come hit up Philly, and you need to come to New York during the snow. You know how it looks
Let's
around
hope
here.
there's snow today,
We could get some really good footage.
And Billy, I liked your reviews on the Mini. You're spot on, because mine acts and reacts just like you told the rest of the world. It is quite an aircraft.
Yeah, please support each other. You hear? Oh yes, Centroid. They're talking about some super fabric. And it's funny that you guys are talking about 3D printers, because just randomly I saw a commercial for a 3D printer, but
Yeah.
it's not TPU, it's not any type of plastic, it's a metal printer.
Liquid metal.
That's the new thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a metal printer. And I think I actually saw the commercial here on YouTube. I don't know whose video it was I was about to watch or whether the video was over, but a metal printer. Can you imagine?
Yeah, dude. You know, I don't know. I haven't seen them on a consumer level yet, but I've seen the industrial ones, and they're really
that was
really
exactly
wild.
what I saw. It was
Okay.
an industrial one that I saw.
Those start at 50 grand and go up to $1 million per machine. What they do is they're taking metal powder
Mhm.
and welding it with lasers, and that's how they're 3D printing metal.
Yeah.
It's crazy, dude.
But they have it, not only that, they have spools of it now, like the TPU. They
Right.
saw a guy take a giant spool, and he was saying how they had 5 different types of metal, even down to a super light aluminum. And they're using it in building stuff. In fact, manufacturers who, you have a patent or something and there's a piece that needs to be made. Well, now they use these metal printers to make these parts that don't exist anymore.
Yep. And
Or-
now
well,
parts
they
can
don't
be one
exist. They bring them
piece.
into existence.
You won't have to join parts anymore. It's going to be one solid piece.
Yeah,
It's
Mark goes, have we
wild.
seen the 3D print actual? Yes, they're actually, he says, we see the 3D print actual houses. Well, they're actually talking about trying to take that technology of 3D printing houses to Mars and putting a few buildings up using those same 3D print, that same 3D printing concept. So that would be kind of interesting to see what happens. I mean, where they're going with this 3D printing, who knows? Because I've seen some pretty
Crazy.
phenomenal stuff. I've
It's
seen a lot
amazing
of stuff
what comes with it.
that's been 3D printed that people have had to pay a lot of money for.
That's going to be interesting to see how far they could actually go with something like that.
Well, they're 3D printing orthopedic parts now. I
They're
mean,
doing hearts, right?
they're
They did
doing
the first
hands.
heart.
I
They're
understand
doing
that.
hands. They're
Listening to
doing
you talking about
arms.
3D printing a house. And, you know, I just think back to when they first started doing the prefabs. And when we used to get the prefab modules and they used to put these, because we did a school uptown and they did with prefab.
I'll be right back.
And what was happening was that everything is set to a specific setting and they just build it at that. But then when we receive it, we realize that's not code for this city. You know, that's not, everything is the code that things were off when we had to fix it. So I was curious to know how they'll be doing things like that.
Right.
3D printing homes and things like that.
That's a good point. Another thing that I would be wondering about is like the environment being different in different places.
Right.
Those things are kind of temperamental as far as I know.
That's interesting. 3D. I'd like to see how far this could actually go. Right now, it's really amazing with some of the things I hear with guys are making 3D prints. You know, and I remember at one point everybody was terrified that somebody would 3D print a gun and make this thing and sneak it onto a plane. Well, damn that. If they actually, you know how things eventually become available to the public.
Mm-hmm.
With this 3D printing, something like that, wow, with that metal you're talking about, I think people will be able to do a lot of things with that.
Yep, you're right.
Well, could you imagine you needed a part for your car? Okay, I'll print it out. Like Rhino said,
Yep.
he will 3D print his drones. And because he 3D printed them, hey, what's up, Adrian Mateo? Because he 3D prints them, he can just pull up right arm, front arms,
Right.
rear arms,
Yep.
or
Main
whatever.
body.
So it's pretty much unlimited. And from what I understand, from these guys being able to print their own drones, that's also going to bring down the price of graphite because people are printing their own stuff now. Why pay for a graphite frame and I can print a frame just as rigid?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude, this stuff is nuts. I'm gonna print a couple of them out and send a few out, like to Chris and Chuck it. A couple of the guys that I know that are true bashers in the FPV world, and see how it does. Let's see how they fare.
I could
like,
become a basher.
I'm gonna do it. Like, I'm gonna build it minimal, no FPV camera, nothing like that. I want to fly it line of sight, balls out right into a tree. See how it does. See what happens.
You know what makes that funny, Lawrence? Because I told you I got into drone. I really got into the drone, fell in love with the drone when I was on my way to buy an RC car. And the thing with the RC cars is that, you know, the more rigid the frame, the more power you can put into that engine. And a lot of guys don't know that, but you know, as far as you being able to print your own frames and stuff like that for your birds, shit, forget about it.
It's a game changer, total game changer. Yeah. Yep.
I had a couple of cars that I ran into the sidewalk that I could have 3D printed parts, but I threw them away because I didn't want to pay to get a new car.
We were at Home Depot yesterday, me and my chick and
Thank you, Adrian.
And we're walking down the electricity aisle, like where all the lamps are and stuff. And she's looking at all these lamps, and I'm like, don't even think about it. I could print. I could make any one of those in about a day. It'd take me longer to get the parts here for us. You know, like
Right.
You can get the socket kit on Amazon. It's a kit and a cord and a power switch on there, and 3D print the rest, dude. You might have to go buy a lampshade or something. I mean,
Now,
yes, you could print that too, but Yeah. I mean, I'm like, forget it. Anything we need for the most part, we
Well,
can
you said
print.
you're getting that 12 by 12 printer, that big printer.
Yeah, it's got a nice big print bed. Yeah. 12
You
by
know,
12
but
by 15.
that's kind of funny now. I could see someone 3D printing some jewelry and putting a diamond in it. That's kind of funny. There we go. You got a 3D printed diamond.
I wanted to print this because I was still testing this
That looks
material.
pretty hard though.
It's rock hard. I could bust somebody's head open with this thing. This dude, I'm telling you, you want to add a little juice to your sugar lumps, man? I'm telling you, this stuff does not
See,
break.
he remembers the sugar lumps. That's funny.
Like, no joke, dude. You would bust somebody's face with this. Like, for real. This stuff is so strong. That's why I'm like, I'm done. I'm printing my own frames from here on out. I have a whole bunch of different designs I've been working on, from micros and toothpicks up to a 5-inch.
Yeah.
I want to do a unibody. Okay. And then I want to do one with interchangeable arms. I like the
Okay.
idea of a unibody. I think it's just more rigid. I just think one solid piece is going to be tougher than interchangeable arms. But
That's true. I've always thought that, because I'm just now getting into building the frames, and I'm starting to see you have a cross plate, then you have the arms inserted, and then you have another cross plate supporting them. Why couldn't they make that one piece?
right.
Like you said, one
Yeah.
whole solid piece as opposed to interchangeable parts.
Well, they
Now-
both, because on the flip side, if you break an arm, you just swap out that arm. You don't have to take your whole entire quad
Not
apart.
if you 3D print it.
You still, like, if the bottom, you're right. You'd have to design a quick release to drop the bottom plate somehow. But I don't care. Like you were saying, yeah, I want to get those chameleons.
RC.
Yes, they're expensive and they have lifetime warranties, which is great, but you might get stuck waiting 2 weeks to a month to get your replacement parts. That sucks, man. If I could just make them myself, that's awesome. The first one I'm doing is going to be a 5-inch. It's going to be heavy. It's going to be a really heavy frame, but I want to build it up like that on purpose and see where the
Well,
stress
I
points
might
are.
have to hit you up for some questions, because I have this iFlight Success stack, and that's the way I was told to go with that 7-inch build. I have a Mach 3. I told you before, I have a Mach 3 VTX, and I'm just wondering how and where I'm gonna. I need to make it work. I need to make it work. If I got to get on Zoom and sit here under a magnifying glass, that's what I'm going to have to do. If I have to use my computer screen as a magnifying glass, I will.
I don't know. I know a lot of guys like the magnifying glass. Sean's actually got the ones you wear on your head.
On your head, yeah.
I
love
don't like, I haven't used those, and those might be great. I actually want to try them out, but like, I have a light
Dude.
over my bench that has the built-in magnifying glass,
Right.
and I don't even use it, dude. Like, even on the littlest tiniest stuff, I'd prefer,
Yeah, but look how long have you been soldering?
I don't know, maybe a year.
Okay, well, that's a year more than I've been doing.
I recommend getting those helping hands, the tall ones, not the cheap ones. They're like 40 or 50 bucks. They're nice, but you can have a part being suspended like right in your face and like see what you're doing. You don't need, if your part is in an uncomfortable location down low and you got these goofy lenses, like, how is that even comfortable at all to work? It's not. Like, I'd rather just have the part right here where I can see it and do what I got to do without any magnifying anything. But I also have pretty good eyes.
Yeah, I'm about to say, these eyes will be 55 years old next month.
Just a child.
Actually, this
Yeah,
month.
I know mine are terrible.
This month. Today's the 1st.
Just
Can't
a
even remember
child.
his birthday is.
What's that, Herman?
Just a young child, right,
Can't
Herman?
even remember his own birthday.
Yeah.
Wow.
Paul, we know you're the old geezer here.
Is that what it's like?
What? To not remember your own birthday?
Yeah, that's
My
how it's.
birthday's coming up, man.
Hey, Herman, that's how it starts out.
Okay.
And it's
Wow.
Somebody's birthday's the 10th.
Well, come on, let's get in a drop real quick. Mine is the 9th. Let's get in a drop
food,
real
or it's
quick.
organic.
Indigo Rhinos here on the panel, so we'll get in the drop and then finish out the rest of the live stream. You ready, Justin?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sunday nights with those guys are sponsored by
Those
Those
guys.
guys. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Now you see. Now I understand what Val was talking about.
See how sad he sounded at the beginning of it?
Yeah. You caught that, right?
Who?
Yeah, he sounded depressed, like he was going to kill himself.
Oh God.
Justin? Who? Justin?
You.
No, you. You were like this. Yeah, and then tonight, those guys are sponsored by those guys. Yeah.
All right, so do it over then. Somebody else do it over.
All right, a little bit more
I'll
energy.
hold the mic a little closer. All right.
Tonight's been sponsored by
Those
those
guys.
guys. Yeah.
Tonight's been sponsored by. Kick this dude off the panel.
Yeah, I know. I think I don't have to do it myself.
Take 3.
All right, let's do it again.
Anyway, I want to try and have somebody I want to have a camera drone session as well as a semi FPV session coming into 2020.
Okay.
Dedicated time to camera drone and dedicated time towards a little bit of FPV. As I noticed, Paul and Herman start shopping on Amazon when you talk FPV for longer than 2 minutes.
No, not necessarily.
Well, I know Paul does. Or he puts up the picture of the grumpy old man waving the cane, which is a sign that he don't want to hear this crap.
I got that from you.
What, the grumpy old man?
No, the attitude.
Oh shit. Really? Really, Paul?
You taught me.
I actually don't have an attitude. I'm one of the nicest people you could ever meet, right, Herman?
Have any of you guys been on here when he's coming home from work? I don't know.
Oh, no idea.
What are you going out for?
I don't know how old anybody is here on the panel, but if you ever heard of, if you remember the Flintstones,
Yep.
you're talking about Goggles Paisano.
Yep.
That's kind of like Lawrence trying to get home from work, cussing up a storm, hating the world.
I don't come from work like that. That's
wanting to
not
choke
true.
everybody. Okay.
You know what it is?
Okay. All right. He's not cussing up a storm, just a little rain. He doesn't want to choke everybody out, just some of the people.
Just some of the people that are standing in front of him. That's the thing.
That's not true. I'm actually a very nice person. According to my daughter and my wife, I'm the meanest person in the world, but that's just them.
We nobody thinks that you're a nasty person. It's just that you're starting to get like the rest of us. You're starting to get a little crusty. That's all.
It's like the
You had to bring up the picture of the grumpy old man, right?
Yeah.
Anybody remember Amityville Horror, the father, and how the beard
Yes.
kept coming in and it started to change?
You grew the beard.
That's him.
Yep.
Really, Herman? Indigo. You
What are you
just met
talking
me. I'm a nice guy, right?
I wouldn't say anything otherwise.
See? The views and opinions that are heard tonight are not necessarily the views and opinions of everyone else on the panel.
Herman, he's going to grow the beard out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what?
Just like that guy.
I'm actually have to cut it down. When it starts feeling like a rug,
Wood in the ring.
it's time. Salty comes to mind, Curtis. You
Look
got your
just
shit
like
with
him.
you. He was salty. That's messed up. Well, anyway, we didn't have a whole lot of drone news, other than like the Evo 2 that everyone's go ooh and eyeing over, and nobody tonight even mentioned DJI, so I'm gonna do it. This is not a paid endorsement from DJI, but all I can say is they just opened up one of those little magic closets that they have, and they're going like this. Which one should we drop on them?
You bought
True.
Should we wait, or should we wait and see what their sales do the first day? Because we could probably beat
Let
that.
them hang themselves, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
You bought
That's
a
what-
Mavic Mini, Lawrence?
Huh?
Did you buy the Mini yet?
Mini.
Yeah, Mini update.
Oh, well, what are you talking about?
It's on the spot Mini
A
update.
Mavic
Did you
Mini.
get a Mavic
Oh,
Mini?
no, I don't know nothing about no Mavic Mini.
Okay, go ahead.
You don't know nothing about no Mavics either, but we know
No,
different.
I own a Mavic Pro, and I'm going to own a Mavic 2 Pro.
Uh-huh.
But as far as a Mavic Mini, I can't see buying a drone that you could take off your tie as a tie pin and fly it.
But I'm
But-
having a flashback to when before he bought the Pro. He was almost saying the same thing, wasn't he, Herman?
But you know what, Lawrence? That's just like how Batman takes stuff off his utility belt. You can take a clip, throw the drone up in the sky, and do a video. Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Superhero.
No, that's okay.
Or you could tuck it in your cape, you know?
That's you.
That's how the new
You
ducks.
imagine that, Lawrence? The
That looks good.
Police got a situation and they don't know what's going on up there. You can run up on the scene. I got it, officer.
Oh, hey, it'll be like what did Will Smith do that where he was the superhero? And he goes, "Good job, good job."
Oh, where I forget. What was that?
Which one that is? I know. Well, he's
Hancock.
Hancock.
Hancock,
Oh, yeah.
he'll be like Hancock. Good job, good job.
That would be kind of funny, wouldn't it?
Lawrence comes up to a
What's up,
police
Nomad
officer
Unbroken? How are you, buddy?
and says, "Good evening, officer. Let me help you."
It's just I'm waiting to see it. If I have to borrow one to do a spoof, I'm gonna do it. You have to walk into some place with a tie on, with a suit on. The guy opens his jacket and he got the Mavic Mini hanging there as a tie clip. Something happens and he says,
No,
"Hold on, lady."
In your
Launches
case,
it like
what you
that.
could do is you could get a shoulder holster for it. You know, just tuck it right in there.
Like a gun holster, right? Yeah, I live in New York, dude. I would definitely get tased or shot. Paul, New York is the wrong place to do
You
it.
get one of those double shoulder holsters, and this one is the drone, and then this one is the controller.
No. Just wait till DJI comes out with that watch. Everyone will be throwing
Is
their
that
controllers
real?
over their shoulder. Huh?
Is that real? Is that legit?
From what I understand, yes. And I think it's their answer to the beacon for the Skydio 2. The Skydio 2 has the beacon that you hold in your hand, and that's
Right.
how
You gotta
it
put
follows you
someplace,
in and
yeah.
around trees and stuff.
So the DJI one that I saw only had one joystick in the corner. Is that right?
From what I understand, yeah. But I think that was actually to operate the menu. Everything, I think they're trying to work on something autonomous. Who knows?
That's what I was getting.
It would have to be
so,
autonomous.
Yeah.
So that
right.
when you take it out, you cut it on and you launch it from your hand or whatever. Because you remember, what drone was that? Was it the Spark?
Part.
That you could look at it and take off?
Yep.
Yeah, it'll probably be along that same technology. And the watch will actually be the remote control that it will follow like the Skydio 2. But
Right.
they claim that the Mavic 3 is going to have full APAS. I mean, the APAS is good. I've seen that the Mavic 2s with APAS on, following a subject backwards and forwards through trees with no problem. It's just that it doesn't move as fast as the Skydio 2.
Right.
Skydio 2 moves like a little almost racing drone speed.
Oh, see, and that was what you were talking about with their this new Evo with the 360-degree obstacle avoidance.
Yeah.
It's got a processor in it that's pretty good, though. It's going to be able to avoid obstacles.
Adrian Mateo says the DJI Mavic Air launches by looking at it too. But
Oh, interesting.
you know what? I'm cool with that. But when drones start getting to the point when they're launching without you looking at them and stuff like that, then you have to worry.
My drone launches while I'm looking at it.
So, of course, because you watch it take off. Of course, he got jokes tonight.
No, I'm just saying, my drone launches while I'm.
Yeah, but your drone isn't looking back at you.
Well, at some
Who's
point,
it looking at?
At some point in time, you're gonna walk up someplace. You're gonna set it down. It's gonna unfold itself, and you say, "Get yourself up in the air," and it just take off.
Well, you'll be able to tell it what it's going to do when we get to the location. It'll probably just do it.
Well, supposedly the military that story we did on the military, everyone in the army, everyone's being issued 2 of those Dragonfly drones.
Yeah.
Supposedly
Really?
you take those out and you toss them in the air.
Yes, you do.
Yes.
Each
So
person's being issued two.
They got a
every
barometer. They got a barometer on them. As soon as they feel they're in the air, they
as soon
fire
as
up.
the gravity, right? They
Yep.
feel the gravity hits, the props kick in. So you literally undercover or anywhere you are, take this drone out and toss it, and it'll hover there, and it won't stay there. I mean, it's supposed to have AI and be
Yep.
able to fly and do what it wants, or it flies under your control. So I could see that happening. Hey, Herman is being, yeah, I know. Herman got jokes today, Adrian. It's okay. I'm used to it.
No, I'm not. I don't have jokes. I'm just pointing out some of the obvious things.
It's the reality. Yes. It's the reality.
So
Jim.
when are you going to start building these drones, these birds, man? Indigo.
Well, my printer as of right now is broken. I broke it 2 days ago. This replacement parts should get here tomorrow, so I'll be able to get that up and running again. The new one that I ordered with the big print bed is coming from China, so hopefully I can see that printer before 2021.
If
And
someone wanted to get an entry level printer, what
Ender
name should they
3.
be? Huh?
Ender 3.
Ender
That
3.
Micro Center, they're 199.
Wow, see,
Just gonna put that out there.
Actually,
just
if
ask
you,
Captain Micro Center.
I'm pretty sure Creality's got them on sale for 180.
Yeah, there's a
Wow.
couple other places that got it for like 172, I think.
I
Okay.
paid 180 for it when I got it. The lowest I've seen it was 160.
But the thing with that, you have to put it together. So
Not only do you have to put it together, but there are some things you do have to modify in order to get it to not only print nicely, but to print nicely continuously.
oh yeah,
You'd like
I
to-
did hear somebody saying that some printers actually hiccup, or they burp or something. Is something that if
they're very finicky. That's what I can say.
yeah, that's a great way to put it. You have to be patient and know that you're going to have a box of prints that are garbage. They're failed prints that failed halfway through, and now you have to start over.
'Cause literally, I've been printing for probably the past 2 weeks, and I never had to adjust the bed. But I know the minute that I change the filament, it's gonna go out of whack.
Right. Yeah, how about it? So you obviously have upgraded springs on your print bed, right? Because the stock ones are pretty awful.
Yeah, that's one of the most important upgrades I think you should do. Put those yellow.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's the first one I did.
What else did I do? I did
well, as soon as you get them printing and you have a model going, I'm perfect basher for
Yeah, I'll be
can't-
pretty vocal about it. I'm definitely going to share what I'm doing along the way, and I'll share the STL file when I have something that I feel is a pretty solid thing. If someone
there's a
wants to
street
print it,
lamp in my park that has my name on it.
Yep. I know that feeling. I put a nice dent into the child play area over here at the park.
Hey Curtis, I sent you a link long time ago. Unless you're busy.
Curtis is in the middle of rendering something.
Oh.
And he sent me an email that says maybe in the next hour.
Oh, okay. You know what? I got a return email from him saying the same thing.
Yeah.
I just didn't check it on my phone. Silly me. But I'm a little upset because I ordered some props for this bird, some 6-inch props, and the post office, I get a text saying that there was a delivery attempt made, and we know it's the holidays. The mailmen are working on Sundays, and things are slow. Well, not including today, because I know even though the mailman did work today, I get the hell with it, including today. My props haven't gotten here, but I did get a text saying, "Come to the post office, with your number, and we'll give you your package." Well, that was yesterday. I did. Here it is going on day 3, no props. So of course I went and did what any other person would do, expecting not to get their props. I went and ordered another pair that are supposed to come by Friday. How much you want to bet that pair comes on the same day as the ones I ordered?
Yeah, that's how it works.
Yeah, tell them how you feel, Lawrence. Tell them.
No, really tell us how you really feel, not just the PR person.
There are
I'm not-
many avenues for frustration to set in when you're dealing with FPV.
Trust me, there's more than enough.
Yeah.
Herman knows some of the stuff that I've gone through. I've ordered stuff and it hasn't worked out of the box, and then they send me another one, and then that one works. So now the stuff that's in the box that didn't work, now I have spare parts. Stuff like that.
Right.
That's just how it works. I
Yep.
mean, when I got into FPV, Paul, everyone will tell you, "Hey, you get into FPV, I'll help you out with this, I'll help you out with that." Well, it's true and not so true, because I had to find out a lot of stuff for myself. And they were willing to help me out, provided I had my radio set up already. I didn't know what hell you had to go through flashing a radio and updating the firmware and all of that. And then when you buy receivers, I thought you brought a receiver and you just plug it in, and no, that doesn't work like that. You buy a receiver, you got to flash that. You buy a new module, you got to flash. It's a whole bunch of stuff. To make a long story short, it's a pain in the behind. But once you do get used to that particular format, everything goes smoothly.
Exactly.
And then things start to work.
Yep. I agree. It was like a good puzzle for me learning all of this stuff. But once you get it, I mean, don't get me wrong. That's why I say I'll always consider myself a noob, because things change fast and there's always stuff to learn. So it's just time and money. That's really the only two things that hold people back.
Well, hopefully, like I said, hopefully this winter won't be too rough here in New York, and I'll be able to get in a lot of FPV time when I can't get any camera drone time. This is the first winter that I want it to snow, so I can go out and get some really nice pictures. Last year, everyone was taking pictures and stuff, and all I got to do is just go straight up in the air, and but
Right. So
no,
how much time have you invested into liftoff?
and liftoff. That's how
Yeah.
that's liftoff is what gave me the courage to go out and, man, please, liftoff. I have at least 4.5, 5 hours, maybe a little over.
Okay.
That's a good little bit of time. And now all of a sudden, liftoff doesn't work with my radio.
Yeah, I would assume. So there was like this Windows update that went out and screwed up the drivers, but it's super, super, super easy to fix. I could tell you, you seem like you're pretty computer literate. I could explain it to you and you could understand it. It's really, really simple. You go
Okay.
to the drivers, you delete the drivers for the radio.
Right.
You plug the radio back in. Windows will automatically detect it and install the new drivers. But this time they will give you the option to roll back to the old school drivers that work. And that's the trick to make your radio work again. If you try to just go into the drivers as of now, the option to roll back will be grayed out and you can't
So
do
you're
it.
saying, so hold on, you're saying on the radio, on the SD card.
No,
right?
I'm talking about, no, sir, I'm talking about the drivers on your PC.
Okay.
So what you'd want to do is go, like, you could plug your radio in, figure out where the drivers are for that, erase it completely.
And then Windows will update.
Windows will redo it, and then you'll get the option to roll back to the previous driver.
Okay, I got you now.
Yep, that's all you got to do. And the next thing you know, it'll say Tyrannus, Free Sky Tyrannus detected or whatever, and you're good to go.
It happened during the last update too.
Yep.
What's
that's
up,
what
Al
happened.
Diaz? How are you, sir? And welcome to Sunday Nights with those guys.
Al Diaz.
It's 6:03. Paul, what have you flown lately? What's up?
We had an ice storm going for the last day or so. I did a couple of ships yesterday. I think it was yesterday.
FYI, I had to resubscribe to everybody on the panel.
Really?
I have to do that every week.
Yeah. But this is my second time resubscribing to Herman. So make sure you go to your buddies' pages and make sure you're still supporting their channel, because YouTube has this way of cleansing when they're cleansing your friends list. What's up, Coast to Coast? How are you? They have this way of wiping out some of your data of the people you mess with. Andrew from Pusta Studios could explain it in a little more detail, but pretty much they unsubscribe you randomly, which is a pain in the behind. I mean, even people's pages that I have the bell clicked on, they've unsubscribed me from. So I don't know what the hell is going on or how that goes, but every now and then randomly go through your buddies list and see if you're still subscribed to them. Because a lot of people talk about their numbers going up and going down, and that has a lot to do with it.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, you kind of, even if you have to tell your friends and or supporters, hey, make sure that you have that bell clicked or you're subscribed to me.
You know what? I got to show you guys something real quick. I'm going to have to buy one of these. Damn it.
Yeah, I
Wait till
didn't
you
have
see
that
this.
same problem, Lawrence.
What happened, Herman?
I had that same problem with the with YouTube and their ability to just mess with your subscribers.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah. Who you're subscribed to, who you're not subscribed to, who's subscribed to you, who's not subscribed to you.
Let's see.
You know
Can
how
I
to
screen share?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Try to screen share and let me know if it gives you a message or anything. Hey, what's up, Capture Life? How are you, buddy? Welcome to Sunday Nights with those guys. Is it allowing you to screen share?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you guys see that one?
Yes.
Screen
Cyber
share?
Monday.
Look at this little, it's a tiny little remote control car.
Oh, wow.
With a built-in FPV cam.
Interesting.
Oh, sweet.
So at first glance, I was like, I don't really need one of those. And then stupid Bardwell dropped a video about look how awesome this thing is. And now I kind of want
Now you want one.
Dude, he was ripping the thing all around his house. And the way it handled so nicely. I think I got to get one. In fact, I'm going to go to the pet store and probably super glue one of those big fake animal tails to the tail and rip that thing around the house. My dogs are going to go nuts. I guarantee I destroy that thing in a day.
If they don't tear it up.
No, that's what I mean. They're going to tear it up in a day.
What kind of camera is that? What are the specs on that camera? Because it looks
So
FPV.
I didn't even look.
Oh, wait a minute. Adjustable
says,
25 and 200 milliwatt.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. So
Get
that's
outta
pretty
here.
interesting. I mean, at 200, that's.
Yeah.
I only this is a small 2-bedroom condo. I can get away with 25 all day.
Right.
200 is nice.
But 200 would be nice for outside, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good little bit of distance and you're doing FPV too, so any goggles should work with it.
Any goggles, yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. I'm not really into the ground pounders, but I have a crawler that I put an FPV camera into, and I soldered it into the board on the crawler, so it doesn't need any extra batteries or anything. You just turn it on and the FPV cam powers up.
Right, but this looks like that hatch actually closes. The camera folds down.
Yeah, that's what the lens look like.
Yeah,
it does look like that. Oh no, I think it's hard plastic.
Oh, it is hard. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's just a tilt of the camera.
Up there.
All right, so that's actually a tilt on the camera. But now, see, that would be pretty cool if you had some Nerf foam on the front of it.
You could probably make a nice bumper for it. Yeah.
And Herman's laughing because Herman believes in New York City, all cars should be made out of Nerf. So if someone stops in the intersection, you just bump them out of the way. They wouldn't get hurt. Everything's Nerf.
There you go.
And for those pedestrians that are walking too slow,
they get the bubble wrap suits.
Exactly.
Well, if it's Nerf, they can't get hurt.
Then you're just not going fast enough. We got to figure out where the fine line is between speed, velocity, impact, and pain.
If it's made out of Nerf and plastic, they can't get hurt.
That's a good attitude.
Yeah, well, until somebody tries to sue you.
I almost bought one of those Nerf rival guns last night. Have you seen those things?
No.
No.
Man, have they come a long way since I was a kid. They used to, when I was a kid, you had these little foam darts. Now it shoots like these little rubber golf. They're like mini rubber golf balls. And
Oh,
it
get
shoots
outta
them pretty
here.
hard. It was shooting them at like 90 feet per second or something like that, which is
You
pretty
know,
good for a foam ball.
You know what's
Yeah,
funny
that
about
is.
that Nerf thing? About 4 years ago, Lawrence,
Uh-huh.
Jalen's Christmas list was full of Nerf guns and a duffel bag.
That's awesome.
Confused as to what he
And a
was
duffel
trying to
bag.
do with
Yes. Yes.
that was his
Get the
Christmas
hockey
list. He
bag.
had all these Nerf guns, and he said a duffel bag. I'm like,
Yes.
what are you planning to do?
Yes.
What-
We
what
are
do you
knocking
think?
over the currency exchange.
If I was
Uh-huh.
you, I'd look right at you and be like, "What do you think, Dad?"
I'm like,
That's funny.
What is he going to do?
I'm gonna take what's mine. I'm gonna cleanse the neighborhood.
Mr. Crowley's trying to fit a Nerf gun on a drone.
He's
It's not a
trying to
Nerf
purge.
gun.
He's trying to purge with the Nerf guns.
Not a Nerf gun.
Now,
See,
being
now, airsoft, that would be fun for an airsoft gun.
Right, airsoft. That would be much better.
Yeah.
Well, all I know is they didn't have half the cool stuff that they have now. I must agree. They have a sniper rifle Nerf gun.
Yeah, right.
A sniper rifle Nerf gun.
I was
Seriously.
watching it. They do these.
And this thing shoots like maybe 50, 60 yards away accurately.
That's-
I didn't know a Nerf could travel that far through the
Telling
air.
you,
I'll tell you what, I went out paintballing and I swore I'd hate it because I'm a target shooter. I've been shooting since I was a little kid, and I have an array of firearms. And when I went out paintballing, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be like for kids. I had such a good time, man. Oh, it was awesome.
How
And
many kids did you send home
3 or
crying?
4 years in a row, we kept going out.
How many kids did you send home that their moms crying?
Oh my God, so many of them. So one kid, he was walking with the dead people, and I had my gun, and I'm waiting, and all of a sudden he walks up to me, he goes and shoots me right in the forehead, and I was like, oh my God, I felt like somebody punched me. So I go, look at me, and he looks at me. I'm like, "Bah, bah, 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 bah," and I shot him up wicked bad, and then he ran, and I shot him in the back. Well, later on, I see him. He's with his dad. He's throwing up, and his father comes over. He goes, "You did this to my son." I go, "Your son was it with the dead people and shot me direct." And the guy's like, "Did you do that?" He's like, "Yes, yeah, I did, Dad." And the guy's like, "You got what you deserve." And I was like, "Okay, that's cool." But we had such a good time. We went up against the police department, Hanson Police Department. And we beat them. We beat them in the whole thing, like elimination. We had like 3 guys in there to the last one, and we destroyed them. They were ripped. They were not.
Man, it's a good thing you didn't have to dish out the sugar lumps to that kid's dad who happened to be a cop. That would have kind of been bad.
That would have been a little messed up.
Right.
What's up, Ray? How are you, Ray? let me send them an invite if you want to come in. You know, that's kind of funny. You mentioned sugar lumps because there are a few people I know could use some sugar lumps.
go, Paul.
I'm just trying to say. I'm just saying.
Guys, I have to pay the water bill, and I have to get going early tonight. I'm sorry. But,
No
Okay,
problem,
buddy.
man. We appreciate you coming in, of
I'll
course.
catch up with you guys on Wednesday, and
Oh,
hopefully
well,
get
this
some
is the
money.
thing. Wednesday, I may only go live for about an hour or so
All right,
because I'll be going live from Herman's championship game.
right.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
And
Okay.
he might start out a little salty if he gets hassled going into the stadium.
That's true. That's true. You might be a little
Because
sour.
it's not like he's going to be
No,
gregarious.
I'll have my daughter with me, so that'll
So everything will be cool.
help a little.
I went flying. I flew
I'll,
the drone yesterday.
I'll tone things down, I should say.
I did the
What do you-
maiden flight,
Mhm.
my drone, the actual flight on the field. It went really well, man.
Good to hear, man. Good to hear.
I'm tweaking it out a little bit today, and I'm gonna next day. That's good. I'll fly it and see how it goes. But
Ray, I sent you an invite. All right. Well, thanks for coming in, man.
guys, have a good night.
All right.
Later, dude.
Everybody.
Probably.
Peace.
All right. You too, buddy. What's up, Cool Bick?
What's up, fellas? What it look like?
Up.
I'm glad to see you finally. Somebody else changed the group picture, Ray.
Hey, we're gonna change it all week.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
but I'm saying.
I just sat back in the cut. I said, you know what? Let me just do it. But we had this thing where you said 2 days, 2 hours, 24 hours, 48 hours.
Look. If it's been there 24 hours, a day or two, I don't care.
There you go. That's
You
what I
know,
just
long as it gets changed up. I've shown almost everything that I have in other groups. I would just be bringing up flashbacks.
Yeah, I got some stuff I'll throw up every now and then.
Good thing we all know what you're talking about, Lawrence, because you just said you flashbacks and showing everything you got, and I'm going, oh.
No, Paul, no. Stop, Paul, right there.
It's like I can't unsee that, you know?
No. My flasher days are over.
Oh, there was a day?
Well, think about it this way. I never mind. Never mind.
The views and opinions.
What's that?
The views and opinions.
Yeah, right.
Hey, huh?
I'm gonna read the disclaimer again, just in case something slips out from one of you guys.
Oh, you guys.
What's good, Ray? I see you looking at the TV, so basketball must be on.
Well, I got basketball and I got football going at the same time, so you know me.
Nice.
Okay.
And both of them getting whooped up. The Raiders is losing, the Lakers is losing. What's he gonna do?
See, and none of you guys play Xbox other than Justin.
No, I play it, but I prefer the PlayStation, and that's why I'm gamed up on there. So if you ever switch up joysticks, I'll smoke you out.
If you had Madden 20, you might.
I got it. I'm a Madden champ, man. Look my record up, boy.
Oh, there's the pupper dog.
The pupper dog. That's a puppy.
Doggy right there. Indigo's dog.
Indigo Rhino's got this.
No, Ray,
See, I can't find nobody to boss up in Madden 20.
Oh, look at.
Oh yeah, Ray.
What's that?
I'm going to the Herman's team made it to the championship once again. They're defending their title this year, and I'm going to the game on Wednesday.
Where's it at?
At Bronx, Yankee Stadium.
Okay, at the stadium. Okay. Oh, you need passes to get in there, though.
Huh?
You need passes to get in.
Hey, you got to see your boy.
He got tickets. He got tickets.
That's what. I didn't see. That's what you was flashing, Herm.
Yeah, Herman.
Damn, I go back to work this week. I was out on vacation this whole week.
Let me know if you need any. Game starts at 5, door opens at 4.
Was it $25?
Man, listen, you know me.
That's right. He's got the pass.
Yeah, he got the tickets. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick my daughter up early from school.
Let me know if you want.
You said Wednesday?
Yeah, at 5. I'm probably gonna try and get there about 4:30ish, just to get into the stadium, and I'm gonna try and do it those guys live from there for about an hour. So if I don't get tackled by the guys, if I don't get tackled by the guys for streaming,
you can park on the street probably.
Hey, Joe Mac, but don't take it personal next Wednesday if the chat room is going and I don't acknowledge all of you guys, because I'll probably be paying attention to the game and or running from the usher.
All you gotta do is open 2 phones. You'll be able to see the chat on one, and you'll be able to go live from the other phone.
Well, I'll see what I have to do. I should
don't
be
bring
able,
the Mavic Mini. Don't bring the Mini.
I should be able to go live and still see the chat from YouTube on my phone, correct?
No, I can monitor the chat.
I don't know how it works.
You can monitor the chat, Justin?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Because like I said, it'll probably be about an hour. If I can get in there by 4:30 or 1:45, I'll probably go live and
Justin's going to be there, isn't he?
Yeah, but he won't be able to join like Zoom. You can't use your phone going live.
No, but he can actually be your producer, co-producer right there, make sure you're getting all the info.
By the time I get out of work, it'll be over.
I'm about to say, coming from there.
Because Justin gets out at 5.
Oh.
And the game starts at 5.
Oh, yeah.
But either way, I'm going to go live from the stadium for even if it's momentarily, let them know there won't be a Wednesday nights with those guys because we're at the game or whatever. But
Well, Lawrence,
I'm going to go live from inside the stadium.
I don't know how you feel about it, but you could actually do the play-by-play of the game, what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I probably could until I get tackled or tased.
You might get tackled or tased. You might get over, the noise might be over you.
Yeah, that, you know what? Not if I have an earpiece in.
Earpiece in and
if I put in an earpiece,
microphone.
That should work because the mic will be closer, be better than the phone mic picking up all the background noise.
Exactly.
But it'll definitely work. We're gonna make it work, right, Kyla? Well, and
there goes your producer right there. She could be reading the chat to you.
Yep.
Yeah, picture that. She'll be busy texting her friends how lame it is at this game and how cold she is. They're talking about, can you believe my father dragged me to Yankee Stadium and it's not even an NFL team that I know. It's a bunch of high schoolers, and just because his friend Herman is down on the field, I could see it right now. I could give you play-by-play on that.
Like, don't call me, man. So who you're up against, Herm?
Tottenville.
Oh, okay.
I'll be right back.
But Tottenville just beat them in a tight game, huh?
Who?
The other day. Yesterday, right? Was it yesterday or 2 days ago?
Last week sometime.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Because his son play on the actually two of my boys' sons play on Tottenville.
Okay.
Yeah, they from Staten Island. They pretty good.
Well, if you decide to show up, Herman, Ray, I'm pretty sure that if Herman decides to show up, if you show up, Ray, we could more than likely go live from do a those guys thing right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to work that out, man.
I'm sure the seats are in succession, so we'll probably be in the same area. You being that he got group tickets.
Tell you call ahead and tell him you need a seats in the press box.
I wish.
Yeah, and they say, well, who are you with? I'm with those guys.
You're gonna see you being a smart ass, huh?
Right.
Well, actually, that didn't happen when it happened at Croton when the cop actually said, who do you guys work for? Those guys. He was like, who?
Yeah. Yeah, right.
You got some ID?
I know. There's a cop. He's like, I'm not writing your ticket or nothing, but just in case, just in case I run into you guys again or something. And he went and got in his police car and checked out me and Herman's channel. I know that because I was like, yeah, don't forget NOVICE quads, space quads. Check it out when you get back in your car. we were subscription whoring to the police officer at Croton Gorge Dam, the Parks Department up there in Westchester. And he was like, well, there's not really no flying in this particular park. We knew there was an airfield nearby, but this park, people do fly their drones. It's just a matter of
the airfield
when you can. It's the off season. If it was summer season, you probably wouldn't even get off the ground.
Right, that park be crowded.
Yeah. So, got a huge render going on with a live computer right now. Yeah, I'm tired. You know what it is? I made a lasagna earlier, and I'm dying to get into another piece. You know how you when it's hot,
another piece.
Yeah, when it's hot, it's like the blob, but after it sits, you can cut it you can cut it like a brownie.
Firm is all up, yeah.
Right. You can cut it like a brownie.
That's what I'm waiting. Better put it in the refrigerator for like about 20 minutes. Let that cold hit it.
That's what I'm waiting to get back to right now. Yeah. I know it's cooled down to room temperature.
There you go.
So that's what I'm actually thinking
You got
about.
the turkey in there. You got the beef in there. What you got in there?
Oh no! This was a ground beef. Just ground beef lasagna.
Gotcha.
It was I was actually supposed to make it a couple of nights back around Thanksgiving, but our stove was being used by in-laws upstairs.
So what you got? 3-layer, 4-layer, 5-layer? What you got?
3-layer, just a 3.
That'll work. That'll work.
Just a 3.
That's
a deep dish pan like this.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
So
3-inch deep pan. That's good.
And I hadn't made one in a while, so it's extra. It was missed. Long dessert.
Did everybody dig right in?
Oh, they ate already. My wife is asleep. It must have been good. She's asleep.
Because nobody want to see no more Thanksgiving, so they was feeling for that lasagna. Kidding me?
You know what? It did make a difference because 2 days of eating turkey, stuffing, sweet potatoes, macaroni and cheese, potato salad, macaroni. After about the second day,
everybody blood pressure right now is right here. I don't care who you are.
Right here. I lost 10 pounds and I must have put at least 7 back on.
All that starch and all that yeast and all that butter. Look at Paul. Look at Paul. You know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
His face was glowing, boy.
I had to revert to the stretch pants.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, shucks. Yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's long going are the days I eat myself into You're not playing. Everybody come in the house dressed up, and you come in with sweatpants on. They come ready.
Yeah, man.
Sweatpants with a shirt and a tie.
And you know how they have the plastic bags on the hook?
Yep.
They have the plastic bags on the hook, and they just rip them off.
Yep.
You just have a bunch of bibs hooked on over you.
That's
so as soon as you mess it up, just rip it off.
Yep.
Have a clean one ready.
Another one.
So Justin, what's up with tomorrow, man? I know it's raining and stuff, but are you coming out this way?
Keep raining, yeah.
Well, I mean, so the mounts that you built, the generic mounts.
What mounts?
The red mounts that you printed.
Oh, that's not generic. That's fresh. This is a first class
patent that
high end 3D printed GoPro mounts.
Tell them you patent that.
Let me see those, man. Let me see. As you showed them before, let me pin your picture so I can check for errors before.
Uh-oh.
I already cleaned up all the edges.
See. But see, when I say generic, I mean I could put a strap under that and put it on any bird.
Put a strap, or it has holes on the bottom.
Okay. Oh, it has screws too?
Yep.
All right. We shall see how tough they are.
I think I printed you the...
Did you print them on the side?
Yeah.
Okay, great. For some reason, the guy requested you print them on the side, and their build, it's a harder. It's somehow the structure's a little tougher than building them from the back or whatever.
Printing on it. Sometimes when you 3D print stuff, you have to print it a certain way for it to come out right.
Now, see, I didn't know that at first, but it would make sense. So, if you want something to stand horizontally, you print it vertically.
So the ducks I'm printing for the squirt, if you come right side up, the ducks won't come out right. But if you print it upside down, it comes out right.
They come out perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you're Captain Printer now. He's been printing out stuff. He's been printing out stuff since he had that thing. The machine is smoking.
You'll go through a lot of mess up when you get it right after a while.
That's right.
No, he was lucky. He was lucky. He put it together, plugged it in, and just started printing stuff. I've heard people build them and plug them in and then have to adjust the nozzle.
Once you know what you're doing, like it's, trust me, he had some tweaks to it. It was not easy, like you said that, Lawrence. Believe me.
It's not easy at all. Like, there's some people that you could get the auto bed leveling, but I really don't care about that because now you have to change the board. You gotta put like a little Adreno processor in it. I don't want to deal with that. I can do it on my own.
There you go. Just take your time, but you doing your thing, boy. I got something I want you to 3D print, but I can't say it on it because I have to do a disclaimer.
The views and opinions that are heard tonight are not necessarily the views and opinions of everyone on the panel tonight.
Copy that.
Okay.
Copy that.
What's up, Joe Mack and everybody? We appreciate you checking out Sunday Nights with those guys. It's 6:28 p.m. Eastern time, and New York has missed a snowstorm. All we got is rain, 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 which I prefer because I'm not ready to do any daggone shoveling yet.
New York is pretty good with missing them snowstorms. We're like kind of like
until late December, early January.
Nah, 2 inches, 3 inches, 4 inches, 5, 6 inches. That's not a snowstorm.
No,
true.
When you get to start talking about 12 and
16, 18 inches.
Yeah, that's snow.
Indigo, where are you? Where are you at?
I'm in Chicago.
Oh, hell.
See?
I already know y'all guys got snow on the ground, right?
That man knows cold.
I have already kind of written off flying outside for the rest of the year.
Are you serious?
Cold.
Yeah, for more than one reason. I might be wrong. I'll probably end up flying one of the printed frames, but like as far as any of my birds on the wall, they're gonna stay on the wall until next year.
Okay.
My 2 babies up there, the top ones, one is a Source 1 and one is a Schizo Lowrider, and they're both being rebuilt on the Chameleon TIs. So that's gonna be like probably 2 1/4, and I keep screwing up and buying other stuff like 3D printers and filaments. And dude,
you're getting distracted.
Cricut. Do you know what a Cricut is? I just ordered a Cricut.
No.
And
wait, is that the Cricut is some type of printer?
It's a cutter. So it's basically
you put dyes in them. You put dyes in.
You put vinyl in them, and it cuts vinyl, and then you can make T-shirts and hoodies and all that stuff. So I'm gonna start making like indigo T-shirts.
Oh, I got you.
So what I've been studying the last couple days is this. You could do like glass etching with this. So I'm gonna go get some beer mugs, and I'm gonna do glass etching. I'm gonna do like my indigo logo in the beer mugs, and I'm going to send those out to the top 5 supporters for my channel.
Okay.
And they don't know it yet, but that's what I'm going to do because I think that would be cool. And I don't know. It's just honestly, my chick, she's the one that really wanted it. I just silently supported it because I already have a plethora of plans for it. And, if it's up to me, I would have bought a real cutter, something more open source, because this Cricut thing seems kind of proprietary to me, and I don't like that.
Well, see, you're ahead of the game by a long run, because right back you just said your chick supports you.
Dude, this didn't happen overnight, man. That didn't happen overnight. That was a lot of work. Okay, that was a full-time job right there, getting in that position.
Oh, to buy a drone for you, buy her a ring.
Man, I can honestly say I would not be in the position I'm in without the support of my chick. There's no doubt about it. If she gave me a hard time about half this stuff, I wouldn't have half of it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, I mean, when I first started flying and I started making my little stupid whoop videos to show my mom, I was working. In the next room over is the master bedroom. That's our bedroom. And in the corner, I have a big cage for Loki. That's his bed in there. I have plexiglass on top. I used to have a little box that said drone parts because it was big enough to hold all the drone parts I had. And I used to work right there in the corner and make my crappy videos on a laptop so old I think it might be a Tandy.
Hey, Herman, sounds like my old corner.
Dude, now I'm in this room and I look around this room and it's like a freaking studio. I mean, I got all the walls soundproofed and we have a nice computer. We got the multiple monitors, the printer. We're going to have another printer going in here. We got the charging station.
So you have the broadcasting man cave.
I do.
You have the broadcasting man cave. See, you have one. Paul has one. Justin has one.
Austin definitely has one.
Everybody has a man cave, and I'm sitting in a corner like you were years ago.
This all started from FPV and YouTube, and if it wasn't for the support of her, I'd still be sitting in that corner. That's my point. So I got to give a little credit where credit's due. I might have a path, but she helps me stay on it.
In Indigo, every week we have to check with Justin over there. Drone.
Yeah, see, you got to look at his background. You see 3 drones there. And when he first started, it was an Iron Man poster and one thing, and now it's slowly increasing. And
now Now he's got a color monitor back there behind.
He's got his batteries locked up. It's the monitor on the side. He's making small adjustments.
Soon he'll have the robot bringing him drinks.
Yeah,
that's a great
right.
idea.
It was the Iron Man and the Marvel poster, I remember. Now he's got a 3D printer in there. So he's slowly expanding. I expect him to just put a camera up on a corner somewhere to show the view from that angle. But since everyone's doing renovations, I figured this winter I would probably get rid of this wall here. I need to get a putty knife and some spackle, some dope, some putty, and fill those holes and sand it down and repaint and all of that. Plus, I don't like my trains, these particular engines on this shelf. Right now, if you walk over here, you get the death glare. But I don't want to keep them on the shelf and somebody decide to walk over here and bump the shelf or something, because going this way is this door right here goes to the trap. So if there's a backup or anything, I don't want people brushing past, knocking my shit off the shelf or the walls.
Right.
So I'm gonna have to try and figure out something that'll be a little where I can hang my stuff and it's still not getting knocked off the wall. Right now,
well, when you move to Syracuse, you can do it differently.
Well, see, the thing with that is once we do, I'd have a dedicated room.
Yes.
You can get a room in the house and call it your own man cave.
Exactly. With the retina scan and everything.
Yep.
Oh, that would be nice.
You touch the doorknob, you get shocked.
Yep.
It's not your biometrics. The door will not open. So, what's going on, Ray?
Ain't nothing, bro.
I mean, it's not a whole lot happening here. It's raining. We grounded for a couple of days here in New York.
I was flying all day yesterday and the day before.
You know what? Well, this week, Tuesday, I'm going to Herman's house to do that thing with the Phantom. Twan told me that I have to do that calibration on the screen with the sensors, right?
The camera.
And he said do an IMU calibration. And then he said, of course, do the gimbal calibration or whatever has to be done. But when I do the stick calibration that it asks me to do every time I start up my Phantom 4 Pro, to look at the numbers. If they don't go to 100, that means that particular stick or that slide,
that right side,
yeah.
You want to go from
I'm going to do all of that. I'm going to do all of that Tuesday over at Herman's house, and I got to remind me tomorrow, Herman, to take the software and put it in my bag.
Yeah.
What are you drinking? Eggnog?
What software? Software for that?
No. He wanted no, not for the drone.
Okay.
He wanted a program, an Illustrator program.
Because he got the DJI Assistant on the computer already, right?
Yeah, he has that. So we're gonna find out if it's the right button.
But what I would do first, I mean, because that's a process. You're gonna get this thing first. You're gonna mess it up. Probably do it again. How about just linking the controller? Link Herman controller.
We're going to do all of that. We're going to do all of that on Tuesday.
I'd do that first, though. I wouldn't do it after you mess around.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to do.
Yeah, link the controller, see what happens, put it up in the air, be clear, and see what happens.
Yeah, because if I know I would prefer to find out it's the radio. Because Twan, he sold me the drone, but it's a 1-year warranty. So anything happens.
So you're still good with them with the 1 year?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. I mean, listen, after you do that link the controller and you realize that you're torn hair, it's the controller, and just leave it alone. Let them get
right. And he says the part for the gimbal for the gimbal is like $20-something, $20, something like that.
Yeah, it's cheap. It's cheap.
So, and being that he takes all that stuff apart on the regular to do boosted antennas.
Well, since you have the warranty too, you just take it. Say, here you go, Twan. Give it to me when it's right.
Yeah. That'll be the objective.
Him in his chest with it.
Yep.
But also, like I say, it's when you do your IMU, you make sure you're on a 0 platform, and no nothing in your pockets. All that stuff matters, man. Keys, cell phones, all those things. When you're doing
phone, Bluetooth, all of that.
You need to have all that out of your pockets, man. And be on a level plane. Get you a leveler. Make sure you level. So y'all should. That's why I don't think it's the IMU. You don't travel in a car like me and Herman. I travel in a car a lot with mine, so I do my calibration on the regular IMU. but you don't do that. So I don't think it's that. And doing this thing on the screen, that's just to do your sensors. That has nothing to do with your IMU.
But the actual issue is when I caught on my Phantom 4 Pro, the joystick is as if it says calibrate the joystick. And in order to calibrate your joystick, you have to cut the drone on, wait for the window to open up with the camera. Then you have to cut the drone off because you have to go into the settings, the 3 dots in the corner. You pick the controller, and then you have to click calibrate. Well, none of that comes up until both of them are semi-connected or saying that they can't connect.
Well,
but it happens every time I cut that drone on. If I take the battery out, take the battery out and put in a new battery, I have to reconnect again.
Well, here's my
controller
question.
Connects to your drone automatically, even if you don't even have a video.
Yeah.
So when you took off that day at Croton and you went up and it took off,
yeah, it shot to
that
the right.
tells me that it's your controller that where I believe the problem is, because it's asking you to keep calibrating the sticks every time you turn it on.
Yeah. It's the controller.
It thinks that it's still going that way.
Yeah, and it's locked, and the sensor just the throttle might go left and right and up and down, but that thing is still in the fixed position where
it's still locked to the right.
Yeah,
because that's what's happening. I'm taking off and it's shooting to the right. Like I'm.
Can you bring it back?
When I pull full pitch to the left, it slows down and or stops directly sometime, and then slowly starts coming back.
Yeah,
a couple of times I would let the stick go and it would shoot to the right again.
Yeah. That thing cost me $105 when I sent it to those guys.
In fact, when Herman came out to Rockaway last week, it was early this week, whatever. He came out to the beach to fly. I was flying straight, and then all of a sudden the drone turned to the left, like to the left like this.
That's that same control. That's that same arm. That's that same stick. Yeah, the stick is faulty.
Oh, bop, 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 bop.
Rhino. Because I play Xbox, they believe I broke my controller.
That's what it is. Bro.
Well, what is it your nephew says about you and
because okay, from PlayStation 1 until present day Xbox One S, I can say I've gone through at least 20 or 30 controllers.
Xbox.
PlayStation.
Xbox.
That's not so bad.
It's 30 Xbox controllers, not PlayStation, right?
No, I'm talking about even from PlayStation 1.
Well, he's
from my PlayStation 1 days. I used to eat up controllers, man.
Yeah.
For some reason.
His handle used to be the Destructor.
Well, no, my nephew calls me the joystick killer.
Don't worry about it, Lance. I do the same thing with the remotes for the car and the automatic start.
Oh wow!
So, but I've learned to use the controllers a lot softer, and now that I'm using them softer, they're lasting longer, but eventually they just go out on me. I used to play a lot of racing games, so in racing games you have to click, while you're driving.
Bank and bank. Yep.
But it's not my fault, Ray. It's not my fault.
Nah, it's not your fault.
Nah, but I'm telling you, the alarm be like, I don't wanna.
What happened?
And the alarm keeps going, I don't wanna.
Yeah, I don't wanna.
Winter time, you're gonna start, dude, start.
You find yourself taking your fingernail, pushing it down, shaking it out, all that stuff. I know.
That's true. Herman's his remote is kind of funky.
But you know you can buy the whole guts for like about $20 with the casing and everything, just program it,
right? See. All right, man.
I have a bunch of blanks, man, just in case that happens. Because it happened. You drop it, the piece break off, then you hook up to your key. Now you gotta have that in your pocket, so you gotta put another one. That's the problem with those things, man.
So I'm not the only one that breaks stuff, okay?
Those are a lot cheaper.
Things are not made like they used to be no more, Al. So don't feel bad, yo.
Those things are a lot cheaper than them controllers.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you have a valid.
I can get about 12 of them for what you get one controller.
Well, see, I got smart with my nephew because my nephew has a GameStop card and everything. So we get our stuff from GameStop. So what I do is I go get a controller I pay $3 for insurance, and then say the computer that the controller starts messing up on me. I put it back in the insurance bag, and I take it back to them, and they give me another one, and I pay another $3.
That's what I do with my. That's what I do with my drones. Just before my DJI carry first, I smack it into the wall, and I get me a new one.
DJI, don't listen to this.
They can listen to all they want. I
The
pay
views
the
and
money
opinions
for it.
that are heard tonight are not
me,
necessary.
DJI. Remember, I get 2 crashes, DJI. 2 crashes, your blood clot, right? So by next week, going down.
The views and opinions that are heard tonight are not necessarily the views and opinions of everyone
I'm
on the
just saying,
panel
like,
tonight.
listen, I'm DJI Select. I'm gonna get it overnight. I don't have to wait. None of that, bro.
You said you're allowed 2 crashes, huh?
You get a new one.
I'll get a brand new one. They're not even gonna fix it because they want them for parts. They're gonna send you a new one. I did it with the Phantom. I did it with a couple of joints. Because it's like having a car, man. Like, you don't get into an accident, but you got to keep paying that. With these dudes, crashing there. I'm breaking an arm off. Like, yeah. Like, why not?
Premium don't go up.
That's
like somebody pimping me, man, without me getting nothing back. Like, I feel bad about that. Yo,
well, see, that's just like I used to sell shoes. I was a shoe salesman like Al Bundy and Sears before they promoted me to assistant manager. And they have a shoe called Wolverine. It's a boot.
Yeah.
It's an expensive boot. Okay. Wolverine. It's a decent, well-made boot. Okay. So, but at that time, and this was over 15, 20 years ago, at that time, if you wore down the sole on the Wolverine boot, you bring the boots in, or if there was a malfunction or anything, you bring the boots in and they give you another pair. These people would walk in there with these boots flapping.
Yep.
I mean, dude, like they were dragging them on the ground. You know how you ride a motorcycle and you see them stride their feet?
Yeah.
The sole was separating from the main part of the shoe. Yeah, they were talking, dude. Yeah. And these guys every 6 months to 8 months would come in and get new pairs of boots.
Yeah, you know what, Lawrence? Red Wing is the same way.
Yeah.
Timberland's that too. We know how to do it. I do it with Timberland.
I walk through all the water at work, and dudes be like, "How you gonna do that with $200 boots?" And I'm like,
exactly.
If my socks get wet, they going back.
Exactly. It's right, boy. It's right, Herb. Exactly.
And you get it, and you get another
These
pair.
are not for profiling.
Right.
That's true. So I understand what you're talking about, Ray. So can I be there to witness this?
I'm gonna take a video.
No, I want to be there to vlog it too.
Yeah, I'm serious.
Those guys loses control of his drone.
Sports mode, baby. Sports mode.
Into the wall.
Straight sports mode. I'm keeping it 1,000. Straight sports mode. I'm telling you.
With the wind at your back.
Yeah. I'm telling you, man. Listen, man. I'm telling you right now. Yeah.
You know what, Ray? What we'll do? We'll set up a camera at 1080 at 120 frames per second.
Yeah, slow mo. Yeah.
And catch it coming into the wall.
I had
disintegrating.
I had mine for 2 years. This is going on the 3rd of August, bro. Like I got mine when it first came out. Remember, I was one of the first ones. So
right. I'm
already past that. I already reserved. I already got my new DJI Carry Fresh straight. Like, let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah, listen, let's do it. I did it with Matt, with the Phantom. Matt looking like, oh my God. I go right in my basement, I pick out that gray cooler, and I put it right back in the gray cooler, and I send it right to him. Matter of fact, I do the claim before I even crash it.
That's really a
new bird.
Yeah.
The only problem now is going to come back with the restrictions on it. That's the only problem now.
Yeah, that's right.
That's only problem
because as of December 30th, all birds being produced are going to have RFID on them.
Everything. So
that's
now,
why you need to do it.
But you still have to update the firmware.
You need to do it.
I haven't done that yet since I bought it either. So
no, but what I'm saying is, with the way those drones operate, you still have to update the firmware and the safety database yourself.
Oh, yeah. They tell you that. Yeah, I do those. Yeah, but that other stuff, nah, I don't do that. Nah.
Hey, Lawrence will bring an extra broom and a dustpan to pick up all the good pieces.
Yeah, right.
This thing gonna shatter.
Got to make sure they get all their parts back.
Yeah.
All they really want to see, the most expensive thing on that drone is the camera. That's it.
True.
That's all they care about. That's all they care about. The camera's bad. Okay, I'm gonna send you another one.
So Ray, do you need to crash it then in reverse at 45 miles an hour?
No, I'm gonna do it head on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I want them to see it. If they ask for the video, I want them to see it.
Sport mode. Yep.
Okay.
Sport mode turns the sensors off.
Yeah. See, I ain't gonna do that because they're gonna go do the telemetry. They're gonna bring up that. You had your sensors off. No, I'm gonna leave everything normal. No, everything normal. I got 2 crashes, bro. I pay for it.
There you go.
They don't tell me when to do it, how to do it, how high. They just say if you crash, that's it.
Okay, so you crash, they replace it. That's what's up.
Ray, if you need any help with that, you could always call Elliot. He knows how to do that real well.
Elliot?
He's professional.
Elliot. Yeah, that's a copy on that one. Elliot like cut everybody off, huh?
Yeah.
Well, he's going through some personal things. I don't know what's going on. He's feeling lonely.
Yeah.
He's feeling lonely.
He's
that's
probably
all.
in the group right now lurking because he know he be lurking.
Look, that's okay. We're used to people coming to our live streams and lurking from outside.
Elliot's a great guy. He's just he's kind of missed.
He's misguided. He's just misguided. That's all.
He's in the sandbox by himself for a little while.
I'm listening to Ray over there talking.
Yeah, you see me, right?
Every drop of Phantom 5, your ass in trouble.
Wheel of shout outs live. Promoting your YouTube channel is live. That means he's going live in 10 minutes. Pusa Studios, Andrew.
Go on to check that out. That's a nice one.
Andrew's funny. I have to catch Andrew in the morning.
Yo, Lawrence, I still got to show you that thing that he
Yeah, he said it. Andrew made a picture of him. Why don't you share it now?
Yeah, share it now.
Share it now.
Oh, see how you guys are?
Come on, Herb.
Come on, share it. Share it.
Come on, Jess. Get him, Jess.
Andrew from Pusa Studios is like the master at Photoshop.
Yeah.
Photoshop. He's really skilled at Photoshop. And he did a portrayal of Herman as if Herman was to have a new thumbnail.
Yeah.
So they did it the other morning, and Herman was telling me about it. And he kept saying that I need to send you this, but he ain't never send it. So now let's see it live here.
He's gonna put it up right now, right, Herman?
Yeah, he's looking for it.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Oh, Soul Plane. Soul Plane. You look like the guy from Soul Plane. Yo, Herman, who did that?
Andrew did it from.
Dude, listen, dude. At least he could have gave you a bigger hat, man. Come on, man. Yo, at least he could have gave you a bigger hat, bro. Yeah, he's a Photoshop dude if he could do that, man.
Well, the thing of it is, he didn't like go away for days and do it. He did it while he was sitting there on live talking to us. It took him about 3 minutes.
Yeah, if that. Yeah.
With Photoshop.
Yeah,
that was funny.
That's all layers, man. The Photoshop
I'm not
is all
gonna lie,
layers.
but right there, Herman looked like Ralph Cramden.
Shit, to me, he looked like Louis Saxon Armstrong for a second with the hat on. With that look, like he ready to blow the trumpet. Like
that's funny, man. That's real funny.
Oh, you should put that on your page, man.
I told him he should put it. What we're doing, we're collecting those guys. Funny, we're collecting those guys' bloopers. You know, when we do videos and stuff. Mm-hmm. I told him he should put it on a blooper video.
Oh, like I was messing with John the other day when John said, "Good morning, Five Borough." I was like, yo, he trying to clean it up. He trying to clean it up. Say, yo, I was just saying I said, no.
Yeah, he was in those guys. He was in those guys NYC, live. And he went live. Now he goes live so much from NYC 5 Borough that he got on and said, "Good morning, NYC 5 Borough." And Ray jumped on him quick,
real quick. No, he said they hit me in the inbox, your OG in my bag. I was like, yo, dude, like.
Right. How are you going live in those guys NYC and get that mixed up with NYC?
I see you go live in the group and we don't even go live in there.
Right, but he goes live. Get
it right though.
Anytime during the day.
Oh, night, me and John was crying behind that, yo. So I said, yo, man,
Right,
you caught that.
we got like little less than 7 minutes left to this live stream. Then I'm gonna get my lasagna on like Garfield.
You know what's funny?
Oh, nice.
I got a lasagna too in the refrigerator.
Oh, Herman's gonna join you from afar.
Yeah, I mean, we took out the pan that I made is this deep like this, and it's about that big. And we already took out one line. We still have 2 more lines left. So
it needs the garlic bread, baby.
I'm
You
like,
know what that means? He gonna be sitting there like this.
Al Bundy. Al Bundy.
No.
Looking around, make sure nobody looking at us.
That's probably by the end of the
Papa
day
Bear
tomorrow.
is in the kitchen. Yep.
That'll probably be by the end of the day tomorrow. I'm pretty sure. Joe Max says, "My chick, what an insult!"
Fish. I'm gonna find me a couple of pieces of fish right now. I'm good.
Oh no, I'm actually glad that I did make it early.
Mhm.
So Justin, if you do decide to come out tomorrow, or you'll come out during lunch or after work.
If I go to work, I'm only going to work at 12. So
Okay, so when you get off work, then that'll be cool. Let play it by ear. Charge your batteries up. I don't think it'll be raining. Well, I'm looking at the weather now.
It's gonna rain tomorrow, bro.
No, I know it's going to rain tomorrow, but is it going to rain all day tomorrow? Is the question.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. I'm
I
looking
guess
all the way
it's
up to 4 o'clock. It's so 80%.
Rhino. What's the name of that stuff that you waterproof your drones? Because I need to waterproof my joints.
It's silicone conformal coating.
Silicone conformal coating.
Yeah.
Silicone conformal coating.
Or you mount a big umbrella over top of it.
There's also a kit. So like, here's what I would do if you get that. I haven't gone down this road yet, but it's only a matter of time. You want to order that, and you want to order a UV light, because the way I understand it is this stuff is it glows a little bit under the UV light, and you can use that to make sure you've coated your boards.
That you've coated everything.
Yeah, right.
Interesting.
Now there's a kit that you can buy called I think they call it like shake and bake or something, where basically it's a bag and you drop your electronics in the bag and seal it up and shake it, and that's supposed to conformal coat everything too.
Okay. No, I don't know, but how does that work as far as how does that work as far? What's that?
You have to take the camera off to do that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now
definitely.
what I'm confused is, I remember when they used to show formal coating these great big vats, and they just take and dump the whole thing in. I would think that wouldn't be good for your motors.
So you don't do it to the motors. It's
you
just
do it to every part except the motors. You're willing to take. Well, you're willing. Most drones, a lot of people don't notice, but depending on the weight of your battery, most racing drones do float.
Racing drones,
because of most racing drones float due to the carbon frame. Now they may float upside down depending on the battery, but they do go underwater and they do wind up floating back up to the top for some strange reason. And I've seen guys pull their racing drone out of the water, and literally that's silicone modified conformal coating.
Yeah, there's another kind called acrylic, and you don't want that. You want to make sure you
the acrylic is the fake shit.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go with this right here. Once I see Amazon, I'm good. MG,
right.
I mean, you pay a little more at Amazon for some things, but they insure your stuff, and if you don't get it by a certain date, they make sure you get your money back.
Man, it's not even a certain date. Most stuff is here the next day. Like, I love Amazon Prime. It is the devil, and I love it.
All right, cool. I'm gonna check. I'm gonna definitely look.
Oh yeah, essentially, before y'all go, Amazon is the shit.
You're right. Anyway, look, let's get in one more good drop, and we can get out of here.
Okay.
Don't forget to check out Val's Life on Val's Life and Puddles FPV. I think that's our live
Puddles
stream.
and Puddle Jumper, I think it's called. I don't know.
Val's Life and Puddle Jumper. Okay.
Nice.
Anyway, Val's coming on. Pusa Studios is on. You guys, thanks for checking out Sunday nights with those guys. And don't forget, Wednesday night, I will be going live for possibly about an hour from Herman's championship game at Yankee Stadium. So if I go live and the
Defending the
screen goes
ring.
dark, there's the ring from
Yep.
Defending the
Erasmus
ring.
High. They are the defending champions.
Yep.
So this may be a repeat. And if I go live and all of a sudden the camera goes black, you know I can't broadcast from there. I've been tackled.
It's the second
Right.
oldest school in the United States of America.
There you
Yes.
go.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. So, but I will be going live on Wednesday night on my channel here. So Sunday nights with those guys is sponsored by
Those guys.
and we appreciate you all.